Good evening and welcome to the crossover event of the year. It is Good Teams Win, Great Teams Cover, a Sleep at Work Network live draft super show. So Paul is sunning up in beautiful Italy. Don't miss him because we have got Fletch here from a Sleep at Work and Tom, mastermind Good Teams Win, Great Teams Cover winner, also rocking a swaggy Chiefs jacket. Fletch rocking his swaggy Michigan jacket. And Joe's here as well, rocking a regular t-shirt, regular shirt, and you've got me. So, Fletch, how are we doing?
Oh, I can't complain even. Sorry, it's like stupid o'clock in the morning now, isn't it? It's like, do you know what, days like this, obviously with the AAW Network, we cover college, we cover NFL, and obviously you guys do a bit of everything. It feels like that culmination of, you know, 3 years of watching these prospects, and then they all come up, and then it's like your babies now. They've grown up. They're going off out to, ironically, not college, but it's like they're going up and going off to college, and we get to hand them over to Tom on Hurdle the Line and the NFL stuff, and it's like that. It's just a weirdly cool night of the year, I guess, for us. Culmination of everything together.
It really is. Yeah, he's obviously a big Michigan man. Fletch. I'm not super up on the colleges. I watched the tape. Who's any big Michigan players coming out this year?
Not this year. We had a bit of a crap year. I'm going to be honest with you.
I know there's about 1,000 Ohio State players, so we won't mention them until they come up.
Ohio State players coming.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. It's going to be a bad night. I might swear a lot. If you've got just keep me in check. There are a couple of, like, especially day 3 guys. Some really interesting pieces come up day 3. I like to think of, for the international audience, we've got Marlon Klein, even German tight end, who is looking like a day 3 prospect. Could go UDFA, but likely a day 3 prospect. So, you know, I always like that, the European addition to it, which is nice, I guess.
Very cool. And Tom, Chiefs fan. We see here 2 picks tonight. The Chiefs' first top 10 picks in Pat Mahomes, right?
Yeah. First top 10 picks since 2017, where obviously the trajectory of the franchise completely changed. I'm also writing up my words because it is almost 1 a.m. But
what are you hoping for though from the picks tonight?
It's super exciting. I actually think that the Chiefs might trade up further in the first round into the top 5 because there's only so many good edge rushers in. Well, there is a lot, but you know, the high end ones, the David Baileys, the Arvell Reese, those kind of guys. To get up there, you're gonna have to move up to the top 5, maybe even top 3. And I think a team that could potentially be looking to trade out is the Cardinals because they got a lot of needs. They could look to, you know, get some more picks and look to rebuild. So I'm interested to see. But there's so many different prospects who I think could be really, really exciting for the Chiefs. There's Mansour Delane, there's Caleb Downs, there's I would love Arvell Reese. There's been a lot of talk today about the Chiefs trading up for Arvell Reese, so we'll see if that happens. But yeah, it's a crazy time.
Fantastic time as well. I don't think they'll be picking in the top 10 again anytime soon.
Hopefully not for the next 10 years. I would appreciate.
Yeah, unless the Justin Fields era really is terrible. But I think we'll see Mahomes pretty quickly. And Joe, hello. How are things up in Calgary? I'm not going to say the Niners pick for a long time, but you know, who's your dream pick for tonight? What, the 27?
Oh, yeah, 27. So it's not as late here in Canada. It's a nice time for the draft at 6 p.m. Perfect timing. Obviously, it's why I moved here solely for the draft time. We've got plenty of needs. It's obviously how the draft's going to go down. We need, you know, tackles, edges, defense tackles, wide receivers. So I think it's just best man on the board. I think we need so many players to improve our squad, especially improve that floor. So it's it's going to be an interesting night and see who. I'll be surprised if they trade up. So I think they'll just sit at 27 and then who's best available, and we'll see. But yeah, it's certainly going to be an interesting night. And like Tom said, it feels like there's a lot of top talent within like the first few picks, and then it feels like it just spreads out. So I'll be curious if anyone does try and reach or do try and trade up to get some of them special players.
Yeah, I think we're obviously hoping for something crazy. It feels like there's not as much excitement for some of the players this year in the draft, especially once we get past that top 10. And yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan, obviously. Got the hat tonight for representing that rather than a World Cup 94, 98, or replica old school Olympics cap. We'll go NFL tonight. It's a special night. Yeah, Cowboys 2 picks in the top 20, picking 12 and 20. I think realistically, they probably go defense both. I kind of just have it in my head now that they're getting Caleb Downs at 12, and I don't know why. Or maybe they trade up, because I kind of agree. Tommy talking about the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are desperate to move out, and I think the Browns would take a nice offer to move out. 100%. I think they'd be really happy. So, you know, you might move up to 6, you might move up to 3. Not too sure if anyone else wanting to move down necessarily. Like the Dolphins, I think, would take more capital, but you're not going to move at 1 pick. See, I think Downs is in play, and then I think they'll probably go edge rusher. And I think there's a big kind of thing hanging over the Cowboys, you know, as of 2 hours before the draft. George Pickens signs his franchise tag, and that to me screams George Pickens is getting traded. Whether that's today, tomorrow, I don't quite know. But I think it gets traded this weekend.
Who do you think is the kind of suitor for him?
It's a great question. See, I think maybe like you could look at someone like the Browns who got the money to pay him immediately, long term, and like you say, give up 12 and something to go up to 6, and George Pickens, who, you know, he's not worth as much because he's on a franchise tag. One of my Discord buddies, we had him on the show a while ago, Derek from Derek Like Sports. His suggestion, he's a Cowboys fan as well. What about Max Crosby? Raiders need younger players. They need wide receiver help, certainly. And they only have one. They have the first overall pick. But they don't have anything till day 2 after that. You're not getting a wide receiver like George Pickens on day 2.
True.
So I kind of think that's an interesting angle. I think there's honestly so many teams who could use him, like the Panthers. Yeah. Obviously, they've got Ted McMillan. Cork is fine. But I think Pickens improves every single room. So, yeah, it's really just...
Do you think the Cowboys are just trying to cash in on like the career year that he had last year? Like he was, what was he, 4th in receiving yards in the NFL or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know the exact number, but I think it is. It's kind of like they're cashing in because, in my opinion, they badly managed it. We had RJ Ochoa on from SB Nation last year for our Cowboys preview, and like me, Paul, and RJ were all in agreement. If you trade for him, pay him, because like, what's a good outcome here? He has a great year, and then you won't be able to afford to pay him. Or he's bad. Like, if you think he's bad, then you shouldn't have traded for him. So they should have done this a year ago. But once again, the Cowboys don't know how to manage their assets. We've seen it over and over again. It's why Micah Parsons wears a green jersey nowadays. And I think they've just kind of trying to get the best of a bad situation because, you know, we've seen it with the Bengals. You can't just keep paying your quarterback, wide receiver, and expect to be successful everywhere else on the field. Cowboys have so many needs on defense. So if they can use Pickens to trade up or even get an early day 2 pick, as I've said for weeks, like I would take a second round pick, 27 or 26, to just be out of the George Pickens business. Loved what he'd done his 1 year, but like it's just not good cap management. I don't think it's responsible to pay him what is going to be CD Lamb money, as well as paying CD Lamb money and paying Dak Prescott top 5 quarterback money. There's no way you're going to be successable barring an incredibly freak year. So, yeah, I'm hoping it's just one and done with George Pickens. Great Cowboy as he was for a year, but yeah, that's kind of my thoughts.
So
he certainly torched the Chiefs this year. I'll tell you that. He definitely torched Trent McDuffie, who's no longer a Chief, but still.
Yeah, certainly made him look McDuffie.
He was 3rd in receiving yards, and he was 1st in terms of yards per reception of anyone who got like 75 plus receptions in the season.
Yeah, he was so good.
Like 15.4 yards a reception. Crazy.
Right.
And I think we've got a guest joining us already. We don't even have a pick in, but we have a guest in. We have Nick coming on stage.
Oh, yeah.
Do we get 5 on the stage? Yeah, cool. I don't normally do the admin, so Joe's hopped himself off, but Nick, hello, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. All good.
That's tremendous. We've got the big board behind you.
Yeah.
Is this the last time I get to see it?
It'll probably, well, no, it'll be on tomorrow. It'll be up tomorrow as well. But yeah, once the draft's gone, that's it. Board goes away till Christmas.
Who are the top names on the board right now?
Mendoza at QB, Jeremiyah Love at running back, Carnell Tate at wide receiver, Kenyon Sadiq at tight end, Francis Mauigoa at tackle, Oane at guard, Connor Lew at centre, David Bailey at Texas at defensive end, Caden McDonald defensive tackle, Arvell Reese linebacker, Mansour Delane cornerback, and Caleb Downs safety.
Nice, that was in depth. And I was about to ask who you are a supporter of, Nick, but I see your jersey now, or I see your t-shirt. You're fighting Mike Grable. What are we hoping to see tonight, other than Mike checking in for counselling?
It is what it is. I mean, that guy, watching what he did last year, and he's brought the positivity back to the region and what have you. So, you know, it is what it is. Everyone makes mistakes, onwards and upwards. He needs to do what he needs to do. I won't criticize him for it. So, you know, again, it's up like the media are over here. You know, it's a lot of people jumping on something that doesn't really concern them. It's, you know, so it is what it is.
I will say I will still be making jokes about the event though. But what are you hoping to see from the draft at 31?
I would love to see us take Maxi and Atchor if he's still there.
Oh yeah.
But it'll depend on how the board goes, because I think we have some needs, and I don't think it's best available at that point. But I think our pick will be determined by who goes before, because I think the trade window opens at, I reckon, 26 for the Bills, for anyone coming up from 2.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't think the Bills will trade with the Patriots, but you never know. You know, if Max is there at 28 where the Texans are, I've got no problem in trading up a few spots just to guarantee getting Max. So, but if Max is gone and it's Caleb Lomu or what, you know, Morgan Moses has got this coming year and that's it.
Yeah.
If you're going to, assuming you trade for AJ Brown and you don't have next year's number 1, then you can't replace Moses next year. So you have to replace Moses this year.
Yeah.
So it'll all depend. It'll all depend. I think how it goes, or how the board falls in the next few hours, will really call into question what the Patriots do.
Yeah, I think O-line seems like such an easy fit as well. I think there's so many O-linemen like in that. I think you've got a few who probably go in the top 15, and then from like 18 through 32, they're going like 6. It feels like there's a lot like in that bunch that, you know, you're saying Max is the preferred choice, and I certainly wouldn't disagree with that. But I don't think you go far wrong with a number of them who are going in that range, like you said, Lomu and maybe Blake Miller, depending on how high his rise is. So, yeah, interesting.
I mean, I'm not keen on Howell. If we end up going edge, I'm not keen on Howell. I think Mason Thomas would be good, but I think at 31, that's probably a little bit of a reach. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see.
We're just discussing George Pickens' franchise tag, maybe getting traded because he's now signed the tag. If you get offered George Pickens for pick 31 and you're Elliot Wolf tonight, and you say, forget, we're not taking AJ Brown in June, we'll keep our first, we get George Pickens for the 31st pick, would you do that, or would you rather just wait for AJ Brown?
Me personally, I'd rather not have either of them.
Fair, you can make it work with.
I've said this, that while Vrabel has worked with AJ Brown before and what have you, there are questions about his knee. Mm-hmm. That's the rumor why the Rams have dropped out.
Yeah.
I'm not a great fan of Pickens. So, you know, if AJ's not happening, then I don't know. Maybe KC at 31 comes into play.
Super interested in Concepcion. I think I have him and Sadiq as like the players with the highest range in day one. It could go from like, I genuinely think either of them could go like 7 to the Commanders, and they could go 31 to the Patriots. And I don't know if I'd be really surprised by either of them going to any spot in between.
I don't think Sadiq falls past 15, to be honest.
15 the Bucks.
19 at the most.
Panthers,
Bucks or Panthers, I think, are the 2 places that he may drop to. But you've got the Ravens needing a guard and a tight end, having lost Isaiah Likely. Well, if Owane's there at 14, then the quality of tight ends says you wait and get Owane and then get a tight end in round 2, for example. Yeah. So, but if Owane's gone, then you could get Isaiah Likely's replacement and get Sadiq. So I think both Ravens and the Bucks need both positions. So it might well be one takes one and one takes the other. But I think if Sadiq does get past 15 at the Bucks, he doesn't get past 19 at Carolina.
The Raiders are officially on the clock.
And isn't
the draft is open?
Mendoza looking smart with his family. What a nice little story.
It does.
Great.
Cannot wait to see a kicker go in about 3 minutes.
And we have a shorter clock this year as well, so I don't know how much that's going to impact the running of the actual draft itself. I don't know how many people were taking 9.5 minutes, who will now take 7.5. But as we have just started, Fletcher, I realized I didn't ask. Who do you want for Lions at 17?
O-line all day, every day at this moment in time. Or if there's one of those kind of premium edge rushers that obviously the way we kind of spoke about it on the AAW has just been like what the Jets do and then the Cardinals do will have such a strange ripple effect, I think, on not just how 4 falls and 5 falls and 6 falls, but actually I think the way that those two real first picks of the draft go could affect how the draft falls all the way down to 12 and 13. So if we do see a defensive end start to fall down, I wouldn't mind seeing someone get put opposite side Hutch, one of those premium early guys, but the likelihood is either a defensive end or one of those offensive tackles will fall. So I think either way I'd be happy. Offensive tackle would be the preference, but other than that, I think I'd be upset if
you want Monroe Freeline, right, Fletch?
I'd be happy. Do you know what? I'd be happy with any of them. Monroe Freeline, Spencer Fano. Obviously, I think Francis Mauigoa was definitely not making it all the way back to 17. That's a pipe dream. We recently did a pick for these guys called Good Teams Win, Great Teams Cover. They did like a fans on the clock type draft. That was a lot of fun. And when I got sent, as obviously picking for the Lions, when I got sent the draft board, they said, "Oh, look, can you please try and get it into us? Like, be quick with it. We've got a lot to get through. Can you be quick with it? Can you get us in by tomorrow?" I think 10 minutes later, I'd said, "Spencer Fano." No, I'm not even thinking about this one. Spencer Fano, send it back. I'm not taking. Couldn't believe that it fell. So if there's anything about the likes of a Spencer Fano or a Monroe Freeline drops to 17. I might tell Brad, like, I'll start swimming now. I'll go make that pick myself. I'll go with it.
That's actually who I had the Lions taking in my mock that I done last night. Spencer Fano. I had them moving up to 14 with the Ravens because I think for the Ravens, I'm not so sure they'll go tight end. And I'm a little dubious on Sadiq as well. Very athletic, but production's a little weird. Anyway,
the pick is in.
I think if it's not Vega for the Ravens, who feels like such a perfect Raven, I think they're desperate to trade back, get more capital. So I had the Lions going up to 14 for Spencer Fano, who, you can still move Sewell to left end if you want to. It just seems like such a screaming need. Seems like a Brad Holmes kind of guy. Seems like a Dan Campbell kind of guy. So, that's exactly why I had them as well. Did you all do mocks? Fletch, did you submit one? I think Joe's got. I don't know if Joe put as a graphic together. Maybe pop Joe back on stage and I'll ask him. I see a graphic.
I saw a graphic.
So we've got the one we did as a network, but that became very quick. Well, that started being irrelevant as of Sunday when Sexy Dexy got traded, and we did it before that trade. I thought, like realizing we have like 8 people on that draft. I was like, we need to. I gave everyone time, so did it way before then, and then everyone decided to be really, really good, gracious with the time, and be on it. Pick within good amounts of time. So the draft was done in with like 2 weeks. We were waiting on it, just sat there. So I whipped up a new one for Joe earlier. Bit of a last minute, see how it goes type thing.
And realistically, none of us know how the draft's gonna go. Like it always cracks me up. You see on like if you go wild on your mock draft, everyone's like, well, what are you doing? You're doing it for attention. And if you go chalk, it's like, well, you're just going chalk. It's like, okay, well, I can't win, can I? So
no.
I got a little wild. My first 5 have gone Mendoza, Arvell Reese. I've got the Saints trading up for David Bailey, Sonny Styles at 4 to Titans, Jordan Tyson at 5-2, the Giants. I keep hearing Jeremiyah Love. I'm going to call him Jerry Love. That's my new name for him. I keep hearing Jerry Love is going in the top 4. I just do not see it. It seems wild to me that a team with so many needs. If the Cardinals take Jerry Love, I might wear just a mustache, shave my beard, and go mustache for the rest of the show, because that would be, in my opinion, lunacy. We have Goodell approaching the podium. I don't know who's most ahead of us 4 and Joe 5.
So I think I'm ahead of you, Byron, because I just saw who was picked. But
well, let us know.
I think I'm ahead of everybody because I'm already. I heard the pick, or I heard the pick a few minute ago.
Yeah, me too.
The Zone. I don't know if anyone's watching on. Well, any of the.
I'm watching on the Zone, Fletch. Yeah.
But did it start off? Did the stream start off really choppy for you, or have you?
Yeah,
have you watched the continued NFL Network stream, or are you watching like the specific thing they put on for the draft? Because it's got really choppy. So I was a little bit behind. I've just refreshed the stream now, and
so mine seems to be all right now, but like I had to jump off it and reopen the app or something.
So yeah, the Raiders have selected picker Dominic Zavada from Michigan. Congratulations.
The German tight end.
No, Dominic Zavada, the kicker.
Oh.
No, it was, I think, worst kept secret in all of football every year is the number 1 pick. It was Fernando Mendoza.
Well, that and what Mike Vrabel's getting up to. But yeah, that's getting up there for worst kept secret.
I've got the Sky feed, so Sky seem to be slightly ahead of the Zone.
Nick, as long as you're with us, you're going to be breaking who it is. We don't want to hear who it is before we don't it, but as soon as Goodell says it, tell us who it is.
That's fine. That's fine. You were talking there, Byron. You were talking about the Saints trading up to 3. What I would say is, if the Jets take Bailey, I would not be surprised to see the Cowboys move for Arvell Reese.
Absolutely.
I could see. I think if it goes the other way round and the Jets take Reese, I don't think the Cowboys move. But I think if it goes Bailey first, that 3rd spot, you could well see the Cowboys jump up for Arvell Reese as well.
And Jerry and the gang are just like, who needs Micah Parsons? We've got a new one.
Exactly.
It works exactly like that. Well, it doesn't in Jerry's mind, I'm pretty sure. He's, had better days. So Fernando Mendoza, though, not a surprise to anyone, but exciting times for Vegas. Clint Kubiak.
Let's see if they can actually make a success of one of their first-round picks.
Yeah, I'm kind of optimistic for them. I think Kubiak's going to be a real good coach. He's shown his skills as an OC. He's got the bloodline in him already, Nepo baby, as it might be. But
he's in.
It's shown there.
Oh.
2's in for the Jets already.
Pick is in for the Jets. No, obviously it's not been announced yet. But
well, Nick, all eyes on you for when we're going to break it. But I think there's a lot to look forward to for Vegas. Bowers, elite. Genty, we presume, going to be really good. Boosted the O-line. Still got Max Crosby potentially as a trade candidate, or just one of the best pass rushers in the league, not really too bad. I think reason for optimism in Vegas, like it hasn't for a while, they haven't had a quarterback since Derek Carr, and if that's the case, Derek Carr's not Aaron Rodgers or Pat Mahomes, is he? Let's be completely honest. So, been a long, long time for any optimism.
Yeah. Can you remember the Jets have only ever? The Raiders have only ever picked once first overall before. Do you know who it is in the modern draft era? They picked one. Jamarcus Russell.
They've only picked one. That's crazy.
So that's biggest draft bust.
One of the biggest draft busts in history. So good luck, Fernando Mendoza. But what do you reckon? I think one of the best parts, though, for someone like Fernando Mendoza, they've invested a lot into the team. They've invested into the O-line, starting to put the pieces together. Whether it finally they've got someone like Brady in the room, who's actually not dumb, and knows what he's doing and knows how to protect a quarterback. I don't know, but
here comes Goodell.
Good luck to him.
Oh yeah.
Who was saying Reese or Bailey? I'm sticking Reese.
Reese. Yeah, it's going to be Reese.
I think it's going to be David Bailey, but we'll see.
That article that was put up on SB Nation before. David Bailey.
Well, there's a win for the national reporters.
That means that the Chiefs could be in play to trade up to 3 to take Arvell Reese, which I would take that, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think, Tom, there's a few teams that are now in play. Like I said, I think New Orleans are in play. Dallas are in play. Kansas are in play. So there's quite a few teams now that you would expect Arizona to be getting calls from for Arvell Reese. And with Arizona not having many picks, a trade down's got to be
especially with how many holes they've got, Nick, as well. Like they just need to rebuild the whole roster.
Yeah, it just gets how far they want to go.
Just touching on Mendoza, Fletch. There was a thing that I put in the college chat today. He becomes the 11th Heisman winner to play for the Raiders. Mendoza. That. It's all those Heisman winners and they're still crap.
It's but I like this really could have gone either way. It really could have gone either way. But the best thing I saw before, Chapman said it was dumb. Apparently it's not dumb now. It was Texas Tech had posted, just a picture of everyone on the way to the draft. And someone in SB Nation had done an article like, David Bailey's going to the Jets. They've just leaked it. Why? Because there's a picture of a jet in the background at the airport. So may not be as dumb as it was. That maybe not as dumb now. Clearly they were onto something.
David Bailey was talking the other day and referred to the Jets GM as Monty, which is Monty Osfort, the Cardinals GM. So maybe he was really playing it all along as well. Some really great smoke screens from them. And speaking of smoking, David Bailey, that is an outfit, young man. That is how you get quite there. I don't know what Arvell Reese is dressed like today, but that might have tipped my hand if I was a GM, truthfully. This guy showed up, he's swaggy, looking great in his Jets cap. Fair play. Best pure pass rusher in the draft, right?
Probably, yeah. I mean, that whole Texas Tech defense was absolutely unbelievable. I mean, monstrous. Jacob Rodriguez at linebacker was an absolute beast all season. I think Skylar Howard's been unfairly cast because he's been dashed as the worst of the lot, being slightly undersized. But when you've got David Bailey next year and Jacob Rodriguez behind you, you can probably get away with being slightly undersized. But that Texas Tech defense could have played NFL on its own.
I think, as far as pure pass rush goes, it's probably David Bailey the best. Obviously, Reuben Bain Jr. comes next. He's more technically sound. Because you've got shorter arms, obviously, you have to get your hand placement right. You have to get everything going at the right time. So he's a lot more technically sound, I think. But for me, David Bailey is probably the best, just outright pass rusher. Phenomenal get off, by the way. Phenomenal get off. Always playing downhill, relentless motor. Aaron Glenn, as our former defensive coordinator, congratulations. You have got a very, very good player on your hands.
Hopefully it helps them get an interception this year as well if quarterbacks are rushed at least a little. Joe, we haven't seen you in a while. Are we feeling through 2 picks?
Yeah, obviously pick them in. I think they were fairly chalk ones. I know me and Fletch went that way, Mendoza, Bailey. I think it's smart for the Jets. It feels like Bailey's certainly one of them with the higher floor, but maybe a lower ceiling than Reese, but you're risking at that. And I feel like the Jets have risked quite a lot. Like they need just solid players, going forward. And they need to build it up and get these blue chip players and try and turn the franchise around. So it's solid pick. And like everyone said, now it's the interesting part. Do the Cardinals stick and go for another one of these edge rushers / linebackers, which they feel like they've go for one every couple of years and it never works out, or is someone else willing to?
I mean, judging by the front office I just seen there, they seem pretty excited. So,
I mean, what's the clock at now? I mean, the Jets picked a while ago.
1 minute 15, and there's still no word of a trade. So
no trade. They're really pushing it. Yeah.
If you say that, I am 7 seconds behind you, Nick, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah, we're coming up on time for the Cardinals. Yeah, 2 minutes it shows on mine. So yeah, you guys obviously a little bit ahead of me.
The pick is in.
Pick is in. Ooh.
Don't know who it is, but the pick is in.
Well, I'm not feeling so confident. My one of my draft bets was Francis Mauigoa, pick 8, thinking Saints move up, Cards move to 8, they get their tackle, bam. I don't think the Saints are going to be taking a tackle at 8 with the state of their line. They're in pretty good nick there, so probably put a cross through that one. Not being a great start to the betting night for me, unfortunately.
Damn it! The one thing that you guys are. Come on, if we're going to get anything right, we need bets to be right.
I'm all long shots, so I only need to hit like 2 out of 20 and I'm profitable. It's okay. If you go at the over-unders, you need to hit a lot of them. I'm just Johnny YOLO. I'll just try and hit some big long shots and worry about the little ones. Paul can do the 5 to 6s. That's absolutely fine.
I think the David Bailey pick made me about £1.40.
My man, there we go.
Look, small little steps. That's where we're going. Small little steps.
Never go wrong by profiting.
So this is where I think you really start to see, because whatever the Cardinals do is going to set the tone for the rest of the draft. One of those two are going to go. Some say they could go with Jeremiyah Love, and then that'll throw everything off. What do we reckon the Cardinals do?
I'd be stunned if it's not Arvell Reese. Maybe stunned's too harsh, but I really expect it to be Arvell Reese.
Yeah.
Oh, Cardinals take Jeremiyah Love.
What?
Whoa!
I mean, this isn't Michael Penix's level of me being shocked, but I think that's... he better be good instantly, and they better be pretty good instantly. So that is kind of a wild one to me.
Well, were we shocked because they've got like 5 or 6 running backs already on their squad? Which are
they've got... they've got a ton. They've got Algier, they've got James Conner, they've got Trey Benson. None of them are that good, let's be fair. No. But it's a lot of them. And they have needs, especially on defense and on the O-line, especially. So I'm really surprised by that, as I think I've kind of indicated there. And as I've repeatedly said, I just don't think it's a move they should have been making.
Yeah. Marcus Freeman's there.
When we did the AAW first round mock draft the other day, we had broke after 8, had a quick chat because Sam took Jeremiyah at 4 to the Titans, and we broke down the conversation. I remember some guy saying that actually Jeremiyah Love at 3 is not that surprising. He's that talented. He's that good at his position. That number 3, you can't really blame anyone or get upset with anyone for wanting to take someone at that kind of quality at 3rd overall. And would you look at that? It happened.
Yeah, I mean, on pure talent, I completely agree. He's really special. He might be the best, marks out of 10 player in the entire draft, but he's also the highest paid running back in the league now, I believe, in AAV, which he has to be a top 5 running back in the league for this to be worth it. And the Cardinals kind of need to do something to make the most of his life cycle so you don't get Saquon Barkley and he joins, the 49ers in 5 years and win a Super Bowl. So that's just the part I just don't get in team building. if you take a running back this early and you're not ready for it, I think you just waste the first 2-3 years of their career, and that's largely when they're at physical peak. But I don't want to be negative. I don't want to harp on at what I should have done for what I would have done for the Cardinals. It is great to see Jeremiyah Love in the NFL. He's going to be very special. Hopefully, it boosts the offense here. They do have Marvin Harrison. They have Michael Wilson, who was great last year. They have Trey McBride, maybe the third best tight end in the entire league. Big question marks at their 2 quarterback spots. Deal that in 2027, I'm very sure. But it is great to see. He's going to go to an offense and dominate touches. Maybe the offense is going to be better than I think it will. So certainly got a coach who, is an offensive-minded coach as well.
Yeah. Hey, the thing, like Jeremiyah Love, though, I'm not like. Given that he's so good in both elements of the game, as far as offense goes, he's. I mean, I agree with the guy who said about 3 the other day. Can't remember his name. Nick, I think it was. He's so good. He's a home run hitter. Every time he gets, I don't think, if you look at, I think he led the FBS, at least the FBS, if not all of college football, in 90-plus yard touchdowns last year with 2. Anywhere he goes, anywhere on that field, he can score a touchdown and he is a danger. The Titans pick is apparently in, though.
I expect this to be Sonny Styles.
I think Sonny Styles as well.
Based on my flow chart now, I see Styles at 4 to Tennessee, and the Giants taking Reese at 5.
Brian Burns, Thibodeau, Carter, and Arvell Reese. I
don't think Thibodeau's destined to be on the Giants much longer.
I'd be surprised. I did just want to shout out and show our comment here from Groovy, our good friend 49ers, Gary Thorpe. Loves the pick of Jeremiyah Love.
Yep.
Do you love that? I'm asking you here. You can put it in the chat. Do you love that as a 49ers fan, or do you love it for the Cardinals? It's kind of my question, because I'm not sure it's pushing the Cardinals to be division champions or division contenders this year. So is this just like, oh yeah, I love a division rival wasting a pick? Or are we feeling groovy about him actually being a player in the NFL?
I think the thing for Arizona at the moment is they know they're the worst team in that division, but they're not necessarily a bad team, and so they're always destined to be picking in that first half of the draft. And you can pick some unbelievable players up and still be picking high the next year. That's such a tough division to be in. But
yeah, they have the longest. Just throwing in some of the betting stuff here. They do have the longest division odds in the NFL next year. Unsurprisingly, they are 90-1 to win the division. I don't think I'll be taking it even at that price, but you're quite right. It'd be a big surprise if they're not picking in the top 12 next year. So do you go all out for your quarterback of the future in 2027? You've already got a great offense you can throw him into. It's not the wildest. I just obviously disagree with it.
Here comes the commissioner.
Quick question before they do. The new Titans logo, what do you think? They've just taken the flame away.
Yeah. I don't love it. I like the jerseys. I'm just not sure I love the logo. It just looks... I'm not sure what it reminds me. It kind of reminds me of like
Carnell Tate!
Whoa! Oh,
wow.
I'm loving the start of the draft. We are cooking tonight.
Where? Okay, so that was also unexpected.
So we've still got Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles on the board.
Wow, I did not expect that.
In the NFL draft, just the best night of the year.
Yeah. I still stand. See, I still stand by. Obviously, they've now got Marvin Harrison Jr. and Carnell Tate, two wide receivers from the school down south.
The Titans started
play like him.
I mean, to be fair, they wanted to get Cam Ward some weapons, and they definitely got him one. So, I mean, because even with the kind of guys that they acquired this offseason, like none of them are real like proper difference makers. Like Wandale Robinson's a good player, but he's not going to be like wide receiver too.
I think he's a great complement to this skill set because Tate's going to be a bit downfieldy. Ridley hopefully is healthy and can be a great, number 2 in the intermediate. And Wandale Robinson is, what we'd call in like fantasy a PPR hack.
Yeah.
He's going to rack up not many yards necessarily, but a ton of catches, gets open at will. And then the youngsters they had last year, Ayomana and Chimera DK, could be fine wide receiver 3, 4, 5s. Like, gives you some nice rotational pieces.
Brown's pick is in.
Browns pick is in. Giants pick.
So not Browns pick is in. Giants pick is in. Browns are on the clock. What I was going to say was, can we insert the GIF from the 2020 draft of Burrow, anyone Chase, Burrow, Sewell, anyone? Because, great. Like, I love it. He's got weapons. But what good are those weapons going to be while his face is in turf? Like, I'm not sure on that one. Obviously, let's say Tom Chapman was one of the biggest proponents for the love of, like, this kid's got talent, man. He's such a good he's a very, very good quarterback. Look after him. And then, like, cool. Go get him. I still don't even think he's the best wide receiver in the draft. I still think it's Jordan Tyson. Can't wait to see where he goes. But as much as good, I get the pick, get it. It's flashy, it's nice. But I kind of feel sorry for Cam Ward now because
I'm like, you have to protect Cam Ward as well. And I get you're giving him a weapon, but if he's just on his backside a bunch more times, just like it was in his rookie season, then it won't make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, the draft isn't done, obviously, here. What have the Titans got pick-wise? Obviously, they don't have an extra first. So they pick 35, 66. Yeah, so they don't have anything additional, really, until the Saints. The Jets pick at 5-2, 142 overall. I was thinking they might be a team who wants to come back up into the end of the first round and maybe get one of those. You were talking with Nick earlier about kind of the bundle of linemen there might be, between picks 18 and 32. Maybe that's somewhere the Titans, but it's interesting because they don't really have the capital to do it too much. Chapman, you have joined us. Who is Chapman a fan of?
Hi. How's everyone doing? I am a Falcons fan.
Okay. So we're waiting a while for your first pick of the night, but what are you feeling so far?
It's very exciting. Hello, Fletch. Hi, Tom. Hey, Nick. How's everyone?
All good?
Yeah. Shocked, man. Shocked with what's happened so far. Crazy.
I know. I'm excited to see what this Giants pick is. What do you guys think?
Styles.
I was thinking Jordan Tyson, but with Reese still on the board, Sonny Styles still on the board, I'm going to say Sonny Styles because I think he's a perfect hardball player.
Yeah, that's probably a good call. But Reese, man, he's very tempting.
Yeah, I think if they didn't have Carter from last year, I think it would be slam dunk Reese.
But strength on strength.
Exactly. But I mean, how's that work for the Giants the last 4 years with every class of two in the building and they can't win?
That's very fair. How's everyone doing tonight? It's been fun watching you guys.
Great, yeah. I mean, timing is great for me. I'm in Chicago, so it is 7:35 here, p.m. No concern on the hour.
Oh, Chiefs are moving up.
With the Browns.
There you go.
Chiefs are moving up to 6.
So they're getting.
Ollie was right.
Either
Reese or Styles? Reese or Bain?
Yeah, Sonny Styles, Reese, or Bain, maybe.
Who's got the best Bain voice here?
Oh, it's a good draft so far.
That was impressive. It was way better than I anticipated.
Okay. I just was not expecting that at half on this morning. It just took me a little bit.
Expect the unexpected, Fletch.
I should have known better. It's my fault. I do accept that it's my fault. That
if Carnell Tate can go 4 overall, we can get into Batman villain impressions anytime.
I love it. Are you hoping the Cowboys trade up?
Oh, great question. I would love Arvell Reese. So if he doesn't go 6, off obviously 5. If he doesn't go here or to the Chiefs, yeah, I'd be very interested. I'm not sure that the Commanders are going to trade down to Dallas. I think they would just take him themselves. I think the Saints would love to get him in there as well. I think they need edge. Whether Cam Jordan comes back or not, because you can't rely on Cam Jordan in 2026. It'd be great to have him there as a...
He's a podcaster now, so yeah.
Yeah. And trust me, you can't do the 2. I've tried it.
Just the worst kind of person.
Yeah.
Have the Giants already picked, or am I behind?
I have a commercial pick is in, yeah. So I think I've been behind you guys for a while.
The pick's definitely in.
Sky are on adverts at the moment, so there's obviously nothing happening.
Yeah. So it must be adverts. Okay, fair.
Yeah, the pick's in, but the NFL app that we all need to download is more important than actually knowing who has been picked.
I'll get to it. Don't worry.
Who do you think the Giants will pick though?
I think Sonny Styles. I think Byron's right.
You think Sonny Styles? Oh, let's see.
Fletch, who you got?
Sonny, I'm going with Sonny Styles still. I think that was probably the plan all along. That's who they're going with, and they're going to stick with it.
Yeah. Byron, are you Chicago-based always?
Yeah, I moved out here in 2018 for love. My wife is from this side of the pond. So, yeah, my accent apparently is yet to catch up with me. But, yeah, I've lived here 8 years now. So,
hey, well, we swapped. My wife is from London, so there you go. So.
Oh, nice. So where are you from originally?
I'm from Atlanta. Yeah.
Oh, you're a Falcons fan. Yeah, I guess you don't glory support the Falcons from elsewhere in the US.
Well, very few people do that. But I was going to tell you, Byron, I'm running the Chicago Marathon in October. So if you have time, I'm going to be there for a week. So
nice.
We should say hello in person. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely, that is so fun. Yeah, I'm from Carlisle originally, up north in England. I don't know if you know.
I know the beverage.
he was born in Carlisle, but he was made in the Royal
Navy.
Made
in the Royal Navy, yeah.
There ain't a lot to do in Carlisle, let's be fair.
Well,
hang on.
Fletch, how do we get Nick off this stream? I'm not going to disrespect and blaspheme. Goodness gracious.
I don't know, you're the admin. We couldn't even figure out how to get in.
I couldn't even get you that. Well, yeah.
Arvell Reese.
Arvell Reese.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Told you.
Avon, you're right, yeah.
Straight on straight.
Tom, do you have what the Chiefs gave up? Do you know what the Chiefs have given?
Let me have a look.
I must be very behind.
Yeah, I still don't have the Giants pick, so me and you both, Chapman.
I have these guys reading the pick now. Yeah.
The team for Taps, which sounds like a brewery. I'm sure it's not. But again, I don't have any audio, so I'm just going to presume that it's a Giants-based brewery, the Teams for Taps.
Do you guys remember the days when you would see the guys get the phone call and then, like, it would just ruin the pick? Like, you could see them just getting the call in the first round.
Yeah. I also miss the days of, like, because we've got Ty Simpson in the green room tonight, and I think Ty Simpson's going to be there a while.
Oh, yeah, the Aaron Rodgers year. I was in New York. I was in New York that year. It was amazing.
Yeah, I can't find anything about the compensation, Nick. Let me have a look. Let's see if I can find anything on Chiefs Twitter.
But like thinking back to like Brady Quinn as well, and just like these guys just sitting there sweating, like,
yeah,
I fucking hate this. Why am I here? I have makeup on. I'm sweaty. I fucking hate everybody. And like now they're so much more dignified. They just don't show the green room until they're celebrating. And you know, I was big on David Bailey, but Arvell Reese is a smartly dressed young man as well. Look at that chain. Look at that necklace.
Oh, there you go. They get 974 and 141.
74 and 141.
And who's it going to be, Tom?
Yeah, they're only going back 3 spots, so that's not bad.
I don't know, but I think it's already been announced because someone I know where they put wow in the chat. So I think we're behind.
So we ignore the chat. So who are you hoping for, Tom?
Who am I hoping for? Probably now.
Ruben Bain, tackle one.
Ruben Bain. Yeah,
Ruben
ideally
Bain,
Ruben
yeah.
Bain.
I think that'd be the best one in my opinion. Get that edge set opposite Karlaftis. Chris Jones,
Yeah.
bit of a down year last year, right? But obviously still has the upside. But yeah, certainly can't hurt. And obviously pick at 29 as well. So I think if they don't go edge here, they'll go tackle at 20. If they go edge here, they'll go tackle at 29 probably. Is my kind of thought.
But then again,
29's a long way away.
When I did my mock draft, I had them taking Mansour Delane, so they might take him. Who knows?
Well, none of us.
Don't look and see what it is yet, Tom.
I won't.
Let's see.
I won't.
Let's do it in real time.
Yeah, so we'll have Nick tell us who it is when it comes in. Nick's, I think, our furthest ahead of the team here. So as soon as Goodell announces it, it's fair game. But we don't care what Rap Sheet, Schefter, any of the other gang are doing. As soon as Goodell announces it, it's fair game. It's just who's going to be quickest on our stream to see Goodell. I know it's not me. Never is. The year that Penix went number, what was it, 8, Chapman, yeah?
8. Yeah, he went 8.
I had to check with Paul for like 30 seconds, like, are you kidding? They haven't taken Michael Penix. What's happened? And he's like, no, they're taking Michael Penix. I was like, have they, though? And then like I see Goodell come out like 2 minutes later because I'm so far behind at that point. And I'm like, oh my God, they took Michael Penix. He's like, yeah, I've just been telling you that, yeah.
We were on like a Discord stream for the chat, and I was like, I gotta go. I was like, I need to leave now. Yeah, I had to take a break when that.
I think Kirk Cousins done the same. Yeah. What just happened, guys? We took my money's guaranteed, right? Okay, yeah, whatever. I don't care. It's the Kirk Cousins approach to life. I'm pretty sure. So Johnny Harbaugh, first pick as a New York Giant, Arvell Reese. Very interested to see what that Giants defensive front looks like, though, because like I say, strength on strength. Carter,
yeah, there we go. Yeah,
Thibodeau as he is, Brian Burns. Who needs defensive tackles?
Who needs defensive tackle? There's not very great defensive tackles in this draft, though. To be fair,
no, certainly not.
There's McDonald, who's like the standout one, really.
Yeah, Peter Woods as well. Getting some hype. And I've seen.
I've only got McDonald and Woods with a first round grade.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. What do you think about the Georgia defensive tackle, Nick? I know he's probably in the second round.
Caden McDonald.
No. Is it
Miller? Miller.
Yes. Yeah, Kristen Miller, captain.
I've got him on I've got a set. Hang on. Mansour Delane.
Oh, wow. I
was not expecting that.
The Chiefs are not delaying replacing Trent McDuffie.
I think Miller's a good, solid pick. And
I'll take it. Mansour Delane.
Let's let Tom talk, Nick, and then we can chat.
Yeah, no, go on.
Yeah. I like the pick. I think he's going to fit Steve Spagnuolo's defense. He's a long, rangy corner, plays well in press man coverage, which is exactly what you need to be successful in Spagnuolo defense. And yeah, I mean, the Chiefs are rebuilding their secondary and starting it out with Mansour Delane. So take it.
Yeah, we're just seeing obviously Trent McDuffie leave in free agency, went to the Rams, so big position of need. So nice to
surprised they traded up for him, though. I feel like they could have got him at 9, but who knows? Maybe they were worried that the Saints were going to get him.
Well, the Commanders might have also taken him too, because Dan Quinn is just from my experience, he loves a cornerback. So, and LSU has just, there's these teams, these college teams that obviously have, they're known for things, and secondary in LSU, it's not always a slam dunk, but that's historically they're known for great secondaries. So in their defense, so Honey Badger obviously being one of those.
100%.
I think it was not a lot to give up, by the way, just to move up those 3 spots, Tom.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't too bad, really. Yeah, I mean, moving from what 6'9", and then you go up 74, 148. Yeah, that's not really too much to give up.
I think I was just surprised just how good the Chiefs have been at drafting a cornerback in like the 3rd or 7th round and being able to coach them up and then trade them away. So it feels like their approach is just completely switched. That's why I never put a cornerback with them in the 1st round, because it feels like that's not their go-to, that they would go elsewhere. But
I mean, other than when they traded up for McDuffie, I agree with you. So it seems like what they've done, but they clearly, it's a big need for them. And yeah, I mean, it's I'm still kind of shocked by it, to be fair. I definitely thought it was going to be Bain, but no, I'll take one to the length.
Tom is not usually speechless like this.
Yeah.
And we do
Not
have
usually speechless like this.
the old commies on the clock. So Jordan Tyson's still there if you want to go wide receiver. Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs. I can imagine Dan Quinn would be interested in having a Caleb Downs type. Because I think that defense needs a ton of work, truthfully.
Yeah, that's what I would agree, Byron.
So very interesting to see kind of what the ceiling is on Caleb Downs. There seems to be some kind of what I refer to on our draft bet shows like stinky cheese around Downs in this last week. Is that people trying to lower his draft stock, so maybe he does fall to, the Cowboys at 12, something like that. Is somebody being a bit nefarious, maybe? But we talked about a lot on our draft bets preview, and it's why we love the NFL draft and we love free agency. Is like you can lie all you want until you need to turn the card in or you need to pay somebody. Like even I think it was Stephen Jones himself had even said this week in the press conference for the Cowboys, I might be lying and I might not be lying. You'll see on Thursday. And it's like, yeah, well, I like that people have just been open about it. Like, let's not pretend otherwise. So, yeah, that's kind of the big one I'm watching now is Caleb Downs. How far does he fall? I'd love him at the Cowboys at 12. Doesn't feel realistic, but it's been a bit of a wild first 6 picks, to be fair.
This is what I'm saying. The first 6 picks, we didn't think of what was going to happen. So who knows? He might fall to 12 and you might be absolutely lapping it up. So...
Well, also the offensive tackles, we haven't had one yet, and we're already at pick 7. I mean, I'm assuming Cleveland's going to have their pick at 9 because I don't think New Orleans is going to do that.
No, that'd be wild.
Yeah, who do you think they're going to? Are they going to take Mauigoa?
Yeah, I think.
I think it'd be Mauigoa, but which is going to annoy the hell out of me because I had Mauigoa at 8, thinking that's where the trade down would be. So that's going to be a bummer. It's 28-1. Go on, Saints. Just trade back with the Browns. Get them up to 8. Let them just don't even take a pick off them. Just go to 9. Doesn't feel likely, but nothing else does so far. So the Commanders' pick is in.
Here we go.
And the Browns are on the clock.
You got Lynn Swan and Jerome Bettis. Oh, they're doing the.
Yeah, the Steelers faithful.
They're just talking about the Walter Payton Wagner. Sonny Styles.
Oh, yeah. Not surprised. Not surprised by that one.
Defense. Byron called it.
I'm gonna jump out now and let Groovy jump in for a sec.
Oh, nice. Let's get him up on the screen. Where is he? He was not logged in yet. I thought he was here. We've got so many people that I have to scroll to a second thing to see everybody. Groovy is out in the studio. Let's pop him up on the stage. We're feeling groovy.
Oh, look at that.
How are we doing?
There he is.
Right. Why can't I hear anything?
All right, well, Gary figures out his audio. We'll chat anyway.
I can hear you on the YouTube, which is a bit random, but obviously that's not going to help me.
Not hugely. So, Commanders, we know Sonny Styles. Saints on the clock. Well, you know what I'd kind of love if it is the Saints on the clock. I don't know if you watched our Fans on the Clock part 1, but the Saints City and Me guys, they normally go pretty all out, and they went very all out with the draft of Caleb Downs. I'm not sure if I can share my screen enough to put it on. Maybe I'll have a quick look here, see if I can get their pick up of Caleb Downs. If Caleb Downs goes to the Saints, I'm putting their video on. I will figure out how to do it. It was incredible.
I was going to say, I wonder whether we see.
What's interesting is all the people that were supposed to go in the first 10 seem to be all going just in different ways that we didn't expect, right? So
absolutely, yeah. And we've got our buddy Crafty Sports, might be Tyson. I think it might be Tyson as well. Nick Underhill, great beat writer of the Saints for forever, basically. I think as long as I've watched the NFL. He said John Tyson's floor is 8 when the Saints pick, so Saints pick
Saints
8.
need him. Saints need him.
Yeah, they lost Rashid Shaheed, obviously, to the Seahawks. Traded last season. Olave, great, but wide receiver 2 is what, probably Javon Vele at this point, unless I'm missing somebody. Yeah, or Juwan Johnson from the tight end position. So certainly a position of need. And I think the Saints are in that beautiful position of like, they struck gold of Tyson Shuckle looking like a franchise quarterback immediately in the second round last year. So like, it just eases their timeline so much. And also to play in the NFC South where like competency will probably win you the division. Let's be completely fair. So yeah, Crafty saying Tyson. I'm going to say Caleb Downs just for the vibe, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Tyson at all.
Do they need a safety at Saints?
No.
Caleb. No,
I don't think they need one, but I'm merely saying Caleb Downs for the video.
Yeah.
I think you gotta go defense, man.
As I say, I wonder whether you see a run of Hurricanes now with the Saints taking Reuben Bain Jr. and then Cleveland taking Mauigoa.
Oh, depends on the hats. Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, I just think there is a possibility that New Orleans could go edge here, and that would be Reuben Bain Jr. and then Cleveland take their tackle ahead of their wide receiver and take Mauigoa, and that means two Hurricanes go off the board in a row.
If it means the Giants take Messidor at 10 rather than some of these other players, I'll sign up for it now. I'm well.
Well, there you go. You think about it, you could have 3 Hurricanes then, couldn't you?
You certainly could. Messidor, I think, is much less likely. And I'm scrolling down trying to figure out the fourth one who it would be. But I'm getting quite a way down my board now, so there's probably not going to be 4 Miami Hurricanes in the first round, I'm going to guess.
Shouldn't imagine so.
No, I don't think so. I'm not as much college clued up. I don't know what they play in, but
I don't know. Carson Beck is always an outside chance.
They did say he's a first round possibility today, didn't they? I think that was direct from.
I can't believe Nick didn't fall off his chair when I said that. Or Nick's just used to me coming out with random stuff like that. He just ignores me now listening.
I don't listen to you until you give a sound effect before you speak. So.
Well, I was trying to find the Saints City Me Guys video just on the off chance. Gary, who are you hoping for the 49ers at 27?
Most likely, I'm going to be up until 4:30 and watching this trade out to the bottom. Quite frankly, I think Sod's Law States. There's not really enough down there. I mean,
all right, it's personal.
It's beyond the watershed. We could speak about these sort of things. At 27, there's going to be a toughie because obviously I'd love a decent offensive lineman, but by the time you get down to 27, you're picking projects, and in your first round, you don't want to be using your first round draft. I know there's a lot of talk of we need a receiver. Conception might be around there, Amar Cooper Jr., but I think we need, and one of the problems with the Liners last year is we could not get to the quarterback. And I'm not entirely sure there's enough of an edge down there to use the first rounder on. I think all the edges are going to be going, the ones that will start, you're losing them top 15. So we'll either trade out or we might take McNiell-Warren, safety.
Emmanuel, yeah. Certainly an interesting player.
But my expectation is we're phoning as many people in the sort of top half of the second round going,
please.
Anybody here you really fancy? Please. We just do a straight pick swap. We don't need that much.
Come and get Ty Simpson, Arizona.
Yeah. But, I mean, we're not going to do it with Cardinals because, divisional rivals. But
if it means I might start Ty Simpson.
Yeah. Ty Simpson and Jordan Love. I mean,
maybe Jeremiyah Love.
Sorry, him, Jeremiyah Love.
I appreciate it very much. I shouldn't be calling you up on issues like that. It's
probably 1 a.m. No, yeah, you really should. You really should be calling me up on that one, though. Yeah, no, I think that'll be interesting to see what they do. I think they'll probably trade with the Bills just to be safe. I think the Bills want to get out there, and they're just ahead of us. But yeah, I also think we want to get out. But as everyone's been saying, there's a number of teams that want to trade down, but to trade down, you need somebody who wants to come up, and I don't think there's enough at the bottom of the first for anyone to go, yeah, okay, you can have a half second and third rounder. Yeah, it's good. It's a tough market. It's not the deepest draft.
You're not getting that. Not in this draft. I don't think so. Nah.
I mean, what I would take is like a mid-second rounder, and heck, it was a third round in 27, because we all know the 27 rounds.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know. But everyone knows 27 is going to be better than this one, so no one's going to give up 27 either. So, yeah, I just don't think there's a market for it. Eachel would be good. We'll probably end up taking. We'll probably end up knowing us. We'll probably end up taking Peter Woods or something like that, just to really. Because we've used how many picks on the defensive line?
What's another one, right?
Yeah, what's another one?
Who do you guys see the Giants taking at 10? One of the wide receivers, I'm assuming?
Tyson?
Caleb Downs could still be there.
If Downs are still there, they should take Downs.
Well,
but
yeah.
The way things are falling out here, who God knows.
I think it's Tyson if he's there, Vega, Inoue if he's not there. It's kind of my thought. I think the Saints go. We don't know what the Saints go. Sorry, but I think the Browns.
Jordan Tyson.
John Tyson.
Jordan
there we
Tyson. Jeez.
And again, they should go Ione.
Yeah, so I think Inoue there.
Mickey Loomis loves a wide receiver in the first, man.
Wow.
Tyson's super exciting though. I think that offense got some real sneaky upside next year. You've got that line's pretty good.
He's just got to last more than a third of the season.
I just think their defense is going to be trash.
But then again, they don't really need a defense in their division. Their division's
trash. You do. You kind of do.
Who are they playing in their division anyway? They haven't got a team in that division that they need to come worry about, have they?
You know what I think the worst team in that division is? I'm on Hot Take City. It's Tampa Bay. No Mike Evans, no Levante David. Baker Mayfield's up and down. I think they are sneaky pretty bad. I actually took them to have the worst record in football, which I don't think they will, but I think it was 100-1. And I think Panthers are better than them. I think it's tight. Falcons, I think I've got better coaching staff. Quarterback, obviously an issue. But I'd take the skill position players probably.
Oh, yeah, you take the Falcons over anybody in that division with Bijan there. He elevates that whole team just by having him there. And
I think the Saints kind of sneaky good. The defense is a mess, obviously, but the offense is sneaky, actually competent. If Tyler Shook continues, or even just stays at the level he was.
If Jordan Tyson, if he's got rid of his injury worries and he's actually healthy, he is going to ball out.
Yep.
I think he's going to be great.
Yeah.
And Shuck is good. I watched enough of Shuck last year where I'm like, that guy is. That guy's
got it. Yeah,
I actually like him more than Dart, which I don't know why everybody thinks Dart's like the next.
Oh, Dart's a walking concussion.
I just don't understand why everybody thinks he's a franchise quarterback. I'm like, Shuck's a franchise quarterback.
He got a lot of rushing touchdowns, and that's super repeatable.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys play much fantasy football or dynasty fantasy football, certainly, but Jackson Dart is super highly ranked, and I'm just like, this is a quarterback who in 2027 is going to be 5 spots at least lower because he's just
his regression is going to be painful.
Yeah. It was fun to watch, but I think he had as many passing touchdowns as he did visits to the concussion tent. So it's just not super sustainable. I'm not breaking any news here to anyone, am I? But
no.
Shook I think is really interesting. They did add Travis, formerly ETN Travis Achan, who's an upgrade on what Alvin Kamara is nowadays. Yeah, I like the Saints offensively. I think they've got
Saints are going to be all right. But yeah, their offense they're going and this will probably fly over Chapman, but they're going the Kevin Keegan route of we'll just score more than you because we can't stop you, right? It's just going for the full out.
Very much so, yeah. They just added this. This is them adding Tino Asprilla.
Can you give me the subtitle of that, or the?
So that is
the subtext of that.
Newcastle
Basically, Kevin
United
Keegan.
team. Sorry, you go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, so Newcastle United's team back in late 90s?
95, 96, 96, 97, yeah.
Basically, they had like a forward line that was terrifying. They would score goals for fun and would just literally, you begin games where it would be 5-4 and 4-3 and stuff like that. But the problem was they would score goals for fun, but they could not defend.
They had no defense.
Yeah. So it's
they had
basically
2 games
like
back-to-back years, widely regarded as the 2 greatest Premier League games of all time against Liverpool 2 years in a row.
Collymore coming in.
And it 4-3 both times. And the first one, it was like, I think Newcastle were 12 points clear at one point, and that was kind of like the nail in the coffin if they didn't win the title. I think there was like 2 games to go after that. And you just had Kevin Keegan slumped over the advertising hoarding over that last-minute winner from Collymore to win 4-3. The next year was 4-3 as well. And it wasn't even like, they did have really good attacking players, but like it was just like Keegan was so reckless. Like, you could be 3-0 up and like the fullbacks are overlapping. There was no sitting in.
It's still going.
The thing about that game that bothers me the most is I was living in Swindon back then.
Oh, so I see why it bothered you.
No, but Swindon were playing that night.
There's the Vontae Mac. There's the Vontae Mac. Post-it note on the desk.
Swindon were playing that night, and me and a couple of mates went and watched the most terrible, dire, awful 0-0 at Swindon instead of going to the pub and watching that 4-3 absolute belter. And it's like that is the worst decision when it comes to football viewing I have made in my lifetime. Go and watch an awful 0-0.
Yeah.
Dude, he's wearing. Anyway, I'm not gonna say that.
Here comes the commish.
Here comes the offensive tackle. Here we go.
It's got
we got Mauigoa.
It's got to be Mauigoa, right? It has to be.
They were in for Freeline a lot early in the process.
Fano.
That's a good pick for them.
The only one I don't mention.
It's a Browns type pick as well, isn't it?
Dude, Ollie's gonna be so happy. That's exactly who you wanted.
That is the right pick for that team.
And that makes sense why they moved back, because they knew they could get Fano.
They could get a Fano at that
further.
Yeah.
At 9, yeah, that's great.
That saved them however many millions, to get the same player.
Surely the Giants are going to take Caleb Downs now.
Yeah, they have to, right?
They have to, but
I think they go guard or Ioane still, but I've had it in my head all day that the Cowboys are getting Caleb Downs at 12, so that almost certainly means it's Caleb Downs here and Ioane goes 14 to the Ravens.
Yeah. That's the annoyance that Ioane's going to land at the Ravens just because the way it falls and the Ravens are just the Ravens and it always happens.
Yep. Who is the best player on the board? Oh, he slipped again. He's falling right into our clutches. And, Ioane is just a Raven. He's just a Raven type of player. 100%.
Yeah. But then...
So best available we've got on the board per mock draft database. We've got Caleb Downs, Mauigoa, Ruben Bain's still out there, of course. Where does Ruben Bain go? Dolphins?
Yeah, Dolphins should take a Miami guy. I know they need cornerback and wide receiver more, but
Kamish is back out already. Giants.
Yeah, Giants did not hang around. I would suggest. I think the Dolphins would take Ruben Bain Jr. just to keep him in state and not worry about it too much.
All right, well, if the commission's coming back out, we might as well throw our guesses out there. Joe, who you got the Giants going?
Francis Mauigoa.
There we go.
Mauigoa, Joe?
Just as about to say it, Ian. There you go.
Just as about to say it. Big Franny Mauigoa. There you go.
Well, they have Andrew Thomas, and they just...
Is that who they took?
Yeah, they took Mauigoa.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
They just re-upped Illuminor as well, so interesting to see where he slots in there. I'm guessing he's going to go right tackle as a starter. Illuminor maybe push inside.
Slide over to the left later on once he's got a bit more.
But Mauigoa and Andrew Thomas is a sneaky... Again, with Andrew Thomas' case of making him play the full season, but...
That's not a bad... I mean, it's keeping Jackson Dart upright.
Well, they'll do the best.
Do the best.
It's all well and good until you see Jackson Darts 5 yards downfield going YOLO. What is it? Leroy Jackson.
Yeah, I'm out of here. So they got Tate and Mauigoa, right? At the Giants.
No.
They took Titans.
Sonny Styles.
They took Styles and
they took Arvell Reese.
Arvell Reese.
It's like 5 picks ago that's already just gone blur.
Yeah, they took Arvell Reese. That's what I was going to make a joke out.
Gentlemen, I got to get up in the morning. Good night.
Cheers, Chapman. Nice to meet you.
Enjoy the draft. Yeah, nice to meet you guys. See ya.
Because I was thinking it'd be so funny if they went Reese and Ruben Bain, because we talk about strength on strength on strength. Get Arvell Reese, Ruben Bain, Brian Burns, Thibodeau, Abdul Carter, and just do nothing but stop rushing the passer. Chapman is frozen here, so let me remove him from the stage because that just looks awkward. I haven't seen our man Fletch in a while. Is Fletch coming back on? Let me give him a shout. There he is.
Look at that.
See, Joe knows how to do the admin time.
I was just typing saying, "Oh yeah, you can bring me back up now. It's fine." And you do.
Oh, look at Mauigoa. That's a man who looks good as well. Look at that.
Yeah.
Representing his homeland. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Shades, I'm guessing, is absolutely blazing. Anyone who's wearing shades indoor, I presume, is really high. That's not about Mauigoa himself.
420, isn't it? I mean, they still.
It's always 420 somewhere.
Yeah, especially from Miami.
And he was in the green room.
That's not quite sure that's how calendars work, but I like the way we're going with it. So we'll stick with
it. We're leaning into it.
Look at that suit jacket, my man.
Yeah, it's a good look for him.
Fire handling skills as well.
Yeah. I think we're a bit ahead of Byron there. He hasn't quite caught up with us.
I haven't got that. Yeah, I can't wait.
Wait for that one. You got to wait for that one.
That's absolutely.
Those Hawaiian sticks with fire on both ends.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll get to see it in a moment.
The two Giants picks have set them up pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
I still think, I don't know, has it offset losing Sexy Dexy?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
I think
I mean, I think he wanted out, and there was never. It was one of those. I'm out. You were never kind of going to reconcile. So, but yeah, these are two, plug-in go players, aren't they? So,
absolutely. And Lawrence has been great, and he was still good last year despite his raw numbers looking not so great. His splits when they're on off the field with Dex Lawrence were
trade.
Some Dolphins trading out.
The Dallas Cowboys.
They've got to be coming up.
Caleb Downs, Ruben Bain. Ooh, is that your pick?
I think that's for
Bain.
That's going to be for Caleb Downs, isn't it?
Who was it? You said?
Bain, isn't it? Ruben Bain Jr. They need an edge rusher to replace Micah.
The Cowboys have gone up from 12 to 11. Did you say?
Yeah, for 2 fifths.
The Cowboys have jumped Miami. They've traded with Miami.
They traded with Miami for the pick swap and 2 fifths, was it, Joe? I missed.
Yes, like 177 and 180, somewhere around there.
100
for Miami. Miami needed the picks, although they needed.
Yeah, Miami, I think, will trade down over and over. I think they'll trade down from 12 if someone comes to them.
If somebody gives a phone call, they'll be like, "Does anyone else want to? Yeah, anything else?" And then they'll package.
We'll throw Malik Willis.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say about Mauigoa's outfit, get rid of the cap.
Back to the outfit.
It ruins it.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with these draft caps.
Uh-oh.
It's your
Wrong.
Full house.